Candlewick on Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Ruby Redfort, Look Into My Eyes by Lauren Child, performed by Rachael Stirling.
If the eyes truly are the window to the soul, then some people would be wise to install blinds. Anya Pomplamoose, from her book, The Puzzles That Lie Within. There was a girl called Ruby. It was a crisp October day in Cedarwood Drive, and a 2-year-old girl was standing on a high stool in front of a huge picture window. She was watching the leaves fall, studying the patterns they made as they whirled their way through the air. Her eyes followed them until her gaze was caught by a single yellow leaf, almost exactly the shape of a hand. She watched as it swooped down into the yard and then sailed up high over the fence and across the street. She watched as it danced up and down in the breeze and then slapped flat onto the windshield of a passing truck. The truck pulled up in front of old Mr. Pinkerton's gray clapboard house. The driver climbed out, walked up the path, and knocked on the door. Mr. Pinkerton stepped out onto the porch, and the driver produced a map. The two men struck up a conversation. Exactly 1 minute later, an elegant woman turned the corner, carrying a large green picnic basket. With a glance to the house and the slightest nod from the driver, the woman slipped out of her heels, scooped them up, and nimbly scaled Mr. Pinkerton's fence. Mr. Pinkerton was busy studying the map and noticed nothing. The child saw everything. 45 seconds passed, and the woman reappeared. She was carrying the same basket, but it looked much heavier than before, and its contents seemed to be moving. The little girl attempted to grab her parents' attention, but since her use of language was still limited, she could not get them to understand. She watched as the woman pushed her feet back into her black shoes, walked to the rear of the truck, and out of view. Mr. Pinkerton chatted on. The girl jumped up and down, pointing at the window. Her parents, sensing she might be eager for a walk, went to put on their coats. The child drew a truck on her chalkboard. Her father smiled and patted her on the head. Meanwhile, the driver folded his map, thanked Mr. Pinkerton, and returned to his vehicle, waving to him as
Sample complete. Ready to continue?